Hey you guys, it's Destiny back with another video, and you're watching the Decimania channel here on YouTube. SummerSlam 2025 is done, and I was gonna do a review last night, but I was just so freaking tired. I actually fell asleep during a couple of the matches, which I did not mean to do. But I did get the results of who won those matches, and I will give you a review to the best of my ability. I actually did miss the Roman Reigns and Jey Uso match with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I didn't know what time it started on Saturday, and I was asleep. That's what happens when you're carrying a baby, but she's almost here, and I'm just gonna put out some content until it comes time, really. I mean, while I've got the energy and the content, I'm just going to go ahead and start putting stuff out. But SummerSlam 2025 is in the books, and I guess we'll talk about the Roman Reigns stuff. They ended up winning. Roman and Jey ended up winning. Roman took the spear for Jey, so Jey could get the win, I guess. Pretty cool. I guess I should have just gone back and watched this, but I've got other content to put out, and I'll give you this review to the best of my ability. Before we continue, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please hit that notification bell so you won't miss any new content. There will be a point where I won't be putting out any new content for a little bit, but once the baby gets on schedule, then I can upload more. Depending on how I feel, I will either be doing my TNA reviews in the morning or I'll try to do them the night that they happen, or that TNA happens. But I don't know, I might go back into AEW reviews. That might not be till next year because I don't want to put too much on myself either. Okay, we had Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. Charlotte and Alexa get the win. I did not predict them to win this match, so that's one prediction I got wrong. Two predictions I got wrong, actually, I think. Because I think I picked Reed and Breaker to win, I think. I can't remember exactly. I don't really care about how many predictions I got wrong at this point. Yeah. I was not interested very much in SummerSlam Night 1. I thought Night 2 was better. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. And then let's see here. We had Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. I predicted that Bianca Belair was going to interfere in one of the women's title matches. Just throwing this out there, she interfered in neither of them. Tiffany Stratton did win clean over Jade Cargill, which I was very surprised about. Karrion Kross, he took on Sami Zayn. I thought for sure Kross was maybe going to get the win here. So we don't know what's up with his contract or not. We don't know if he signed a new deal or anything like that. So I'm assuming that he is leaving because of the stipulation. He told Sami if he lost, he was going to leave. I hope he signs a new deal because I really liked what he was doing. And I think the fans did too. He got a pretty decent reaction when he came out on Saturday. When him and Scarlett came out. Those are two that I've wanted to see get utilized better for years. But we'll see what happens with him. Sami did beat him. Kind of wish they would have let Kross at least get the win on the way out or something, but maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with his contract. Sorry. Ugh. My ear just popped. Let's see here. How many matches is that? 4? Yep. Jelly Roll and Randy Orton took on Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I did not give this match enough. It was alright. I was kind of not interested in this match. I just didn't want to see it. I don't know. But Logan and Drew got the win like I thought they might. I was more invested in SummerSlam Night 2, honestly. And then we had CM Punk versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Punk won the match. This is a very good match. Easily the best match on the card. Last night had 2 that could possibly be it, and we'll talk about this in a little bit. But CM Punk got Gunther with 2 GTSs and won the title and held it for about 5 minutes and 10 seconds, I think they said. Seth Rollins comes out and you think, oh, he's gonna just come out here to remind Punk, like, hey, I'm coming for you. And then he throws down the crutches, takes off his knee brace and everything, comes in and starts beating the crap out of Punk with the briefcase, and he ultimately cashes in on Punk, and Seth Rollins is your new World Heavyweight Champion. And somebody pointed this out too. CM Punk is the first person, and the only person as of right now, to have held the classic World Heavyweight Championship and the new modern version of it. So that's kind of cool. But, yeah. Like, it's pretty cool, but that's how Night 1 went off the air. I didn't think too much of Night 1. I enjoyed the main event between Gunther and CM Punk. I was really interested in Sammy and Kerry and stuff. But the rest of this card, honestly, I just didn't really care for. Moving on to Night 2. Kicked it off with the Women's Triple Threat match for the WWE Women's Championship, or the Women's World Championship, sorry. You had Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. Ripley almost had the title won. She almost beat Io, and Naomi snuck in and took it. I figured Naomi might retain. I was like, they just put the belt on her. It's kind of too quick to take it off of her. So, that happened. Then was the tables, ladders, and chairs 6-team match. The Hardys and the Dudleys were shown in the crowd because it's in honor of the 25th anniversary of the first tables, ladders, and chairs match at SummerSlam. That was pretty cool. I figured one of them would get involved or something. I think Bully Ray reacted when somebody pulled out a table, and that was pretty cool. But, you had Fraxium, the Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Street Profits, Rey Fenix and Andrade, and the Wyatt Six, consisting of Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. This is a fun match. This was one of the best matches on this card. This was very fun. I was really hoping the Machine Guns would win it. I actually think I predicted Fraxium to win it because I was like, they don't have them yet. They haven't won them yet. All the other teams except for Phoenix and Andrade have won them. And I was wanting either Fraxium or the Machine Guns to win, but unfortunately that never happened. Wyatt Six did win, which I'm actually kind of fine with. I just wish that they wouldn't have used the numbers advantage that they had. Like, I don't know. Like, are they supposed to be baby faces? I think so, because the crowd reacted to them as such. But, I'm fine with the Wyatt retaining. I just wish there wasn't all that extra interference. I know it's a no DQ match, I know, but just, it's a little much. I even joked too last night. I was like, frick, why don't you just throw the Hardys and Dudleys in here and just make it an 8-team thing? And, I still want to see the Hardys and the Machine Guns at some point. I want to see that, but who knows? Next up, we had the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. This is a street fight or a no DQ match, street fight, whatever, between Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. And the stipulation was that if Lyra lost, she could not challenge for the Women's Intercontinental title as long as Becky was champion. And I thought for sure Lyra was going to maybe win it. Or maybe I predicted Becky. I don't really know. I don't remember who I predicted. It doesn't matter. Becky won with help from Bayley, which Bayley wasn't trying to help Becky. She was trying to help Lyra, but it ultimately backfired. And Becky ended up retaining. So Lyra can no longer challenge for that title as long as Becky is champion. Next was the United States Championship Steel Cage match between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Jacob needed a lot of backup. Solo's numbers and their numbers were too much for him. I don't remember this. Okay, so this is probably where I fell asleep, because when I woke up, I think Solo was walking out of the cage with the U.S. title, but I wasn't too sure. I think I fell asleep, and I kind of was asking the question, like, what? That was a short steel cage match. What the frick happened? Did someone get hurt? I don't know. I might have to go back and watch that, because I don't know why I was tired last night, but I was. I was kind of in and out of focus for AJ and Dom. Dom ended up winning. I'm not sure how he got the win, but he did. I like that AJ had a tribute to Eddie with his gear, and he was wearing the same gear, I think, that Eddie wore at SummerSlam 2005. Dominic was wearing a replica of the gear that Ray wore at that match. And AJ's son, Avery, came out in like a lowrider or something. So that was pretty freaking cool. And this is where I think there should have been like a ladder match stipulation or something. I don't know. But yeah, AJ unfortunately did not win the Intercontinental title, but I mean, honestly, I'm actually kind of fine with Dom retaining too. So Dom's kind of grown on me as a heel over the past couple of years. So yeah. And then you had the main event, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, WWE Championship Street Fight. This was a fun match, way better than the WrestleMania match, I'll tell you that. I remember there was one time in the match where Cena gave Cody an AA on the an attitude adjustment on the ramp, on the stage. That was a fun spot. I thought for sure Cody might turn heel, because he took the turnbuckle pad off again. Or maybe he just loosened the turnbuckle or something. But no, Cody did win as a babyface and gave the ring to John Cena. And then Cena's standing there. They turn the music off and fans are, giving him his flowers. And then freaking Brock Lesnar's music hits. And I was like, oh crap, what the frick? Brock Lesnar's back. And because I legitimately thought that he was not going to come back. And I'll talk about that later because I'm going to do an entire video on this in a little bit or later on. But yeah, Brock Lesnar's back. He comes into the ring and he F5'd John Cena to close the show. So I assume we're getting a Brock Lesnar versus John Cena match, which would make sense. But like I said, we'll talk about that in more detail in a little bit. And that's your SummerSlam 2025 review. Sorry I was not present for some of these matches, but yeah. Yeah, I must have been out during that cage match, but let me know what you guys thought of the show. And I'll see you guys later. Peace. God bless, and thank you for watching.